Okay. All right, so let's start with the knees bent, or the legs can be long. Just take some time to arrive and settle on your mat. And drop into the back body. And feel supported through the back body. Let's take this time to allow any gripping, any tightness in the muscles to release and soften. And begin to tune into the breath. Begin to notice how you're breathing. And glide the breath down into the belly. And allow the belly to rise and fall with the breath. So that any inner tightness begins to soften. Diaphragm begins to move a little bit more freely. So the back of the body is in contact with the mat. And the front of the body is soft. So drop into the feeling of the body. Feeling into it. And we tend to think that by breathing more quickly, that we bring more oxygen into the body. And in fact, the opposite is true. When we slow everything down, and we deepen the breath, we allow much more oxygen into the cells, and the organs and the muscles. So there's this sense of nourishment, sense of energy and vitality as we breathe in. And we've been socialized to grab and catch things, strive. And our yoga practice is about the breath and about receiving the breath, this gift of the breath. So the palms are facing uppermost, signifying the sense of receiving. And there is strength in that receiving. And a few slightly longer out breaths. A sense of release. Decompressing. And preparing of the body and the mind for the practice. As we slow the breath down, maybe there's some space between the thoughts. So feeling the breath in the body. So that any busyness that we begin with in the head, the mind, begins to dissipate. It's really important to set up our practice in this way. So if the legs are long, plant the feet on the mat so that the knees now are bent. Allows the lower back to settle more into the ground. And then on an inhalation, raise both arms up in front of the chest and grasp one wrist with the opposite hand and just gently unplug the shoulder blade as you take the arm across the body. And keep breathing out to open up that space between the shoulder blade and the spine. And then the other side, the opposite hand. And just notice how it feels. Keep breathing out. And once more, each side, breathing out any tightness. Just notice how it feels in the shoulders. Keeping that contact between the feet and the lower back. And then when you return to the center, just allow the chin to come slightly towards the chest. Interlace the fingers and turn the palms upwards towards the ceiling. And as you breathe out, extend through the arms into the heels of the hands. And then very gradually and slowly take the arms back overhead. And as you extend into the heels of the hands, open the mouth nice and wide. Breathe out from the mouth. There's a real sense of release around the jaw, any tightness in the face. Just twice more in that way. Breathing in, open. Until the jaw feels soft and the face feels soft. And with that jaw soft, slowly extend one leg long and then the opposite leg long and point the toes towards you and Open up the backs of the knees, space between the toes. Hey, breathing out. Any charge that builds up. And then gradually return the arms back down beside you. Palms facing uppermost, and plant the feet back down with the knees bent. And then we'll do a little bit of work waking up the lower back. So those gentle circular movements into the lower back. Easing out any tightness, begin to engage the belly here. Lots of out breath. We release, we soften the muscles by the out breath. And then the other way. Notice how it feels in the lower back. One more round in this way. And then when you pause, allow that lower back to settle. Notice if there's any holding on in the tailbone or in the thighs. And then draw the right knee towards you. Bring the left knee into Uttanasana. And just gently encourage the thighs in towards the belly as you release the lower back. A sense of softening. And then place the hands on the knees and keeping the knees together. Again, just begin that circular movement, feeling into the lower back. And the hands very lightly on the knees so that the shoulders, there's some movement in the shoulders, some movement in the arms. Using the ground. One more round in this way. And then the opposite direction. Any areas that feel tight or restrictive. And then when you return to the center, pause here. And just open the knees and take the arms through the legs so that you hold onto the lower legs. And just begin to release the hips. And maybe modify the hands, move them around the legs until you come to a place that feels okay. So there's a real sense of moving from thinking to feeling. So when we think, it's the language of the mind, and when we feel, it's the language of the body. And then we'll use the hands to bring the knees back together, plant the feet on the mat, and allow the right knee to drop out to the side and the left knee to drop out to the side, and bring the soles of the feet together. And take the arms into a cactus arm, so square arms. Again, notice if the chin's lifted. Just gently draw the chin in, down towards the chest, not totally, but a little way. And then draw the back of the waist down, lower back. And just have a sense of opening the breath. Again, that receiving of the breath into the body. The belly rising and falling. And as you breathe out, just allow those knees to drop. Maybe drop a little closer to the ground. Let's take one more breath here. And then use the hands at the outside of the knees. Bring the knees together, separate the feet, and just counterpose that opening. And again, just feel into the body, drop into the body. sense of centering and grounding into the body. And then when you plant the feet down, keep the left foot in contact with the mat and bring the right knee towards you. And just gently feel your way into that right hip, keeping the shoulders soft. And then allowing that right knee to move towards the right shoulder so it comes out to the side a little way. And maybe raising the lower leg so that you can clasp the outside of the right foot. And just gently begin to take that opening a little further, a little bit deeper on that right side. If that doesn't feel okay, just hold behind the right knee. But the sole of the foot's facing uppermost, and the little toe, just draw the little toe towards you. And if it feels okay, slowly extend the left leg long. Have the left palm facing down. Press into the left hand as we raise the left leg up. So on an inhale, the left leg comes up, pause, and exhale, extend that heel down and away. Inhale up from the belly and exhale. And just continue in this way. One more round. And when you've completed, bring that right knee in towards you, give the right knee a hug, extend the right leg long, shake the legs out, pause in Shavasana, allow the feet to flop out to the side. Inhale deeply into the belly, and exhale. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply, and exhale completely. There. Grounding. And then plant both feet back onto the mat. And bring the left knee towards you. Hold around the left knee. Notice how it feels on that left side. Raise the lower leg. Hold the outside of the foot. Encourage the little toe towards you so that the foot's not tilted. Begin that sense of lengthening through the back of the thigh. The right palm is down, planted down slowly. Feels okay, extend the right leg long. Keep the right foot flexed so the toes point towards you to open up the back of the knee. On an inhalation, raise that right leg up. Pause. Exhale to lower. Allow the breath to lead the movement. So we're not coming from the head, we're coming from this feeling of the body. The inhalation is the strength, so we use the in-breath to raise the leg up, and the out-breath to lower. One more time in this way. And when that right leg is in contact with the mat, bring the left knee in towards you, give the left knee a hug. Extend that left leg long again, shake both legs out. And just pause there again in Shavasana. Tune into the breath. Maybe rises and falls with the breath. And then back into Uttanasana, bring both knees in towards. On an inhalation, take both arms back, slowly extend both legs up. Pause the breath here. Deep exhale out from the mouth into Uttanasana, so it's a twice more. Inhale. Final time. Inhale. Extend. Plant the feet down. Take the arms to shoulder level for spinal twist. Feet together, knees together. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, knees to one side. Head opposite direction. Inhale, center. Exhale, opposite side. Again, dropping into the feeling of the body. Without judgment, just noticing. A slight lengthening of the out breath. Let's take one more round together in this way. And when you've completed that, come back into the center and separate the feet so they come to the edge of your mats. So they're quite wide. Inhale, exhale to one side. You're going to the right side, the left knee drops down, inside the left knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, opposite side. And you might choose to come back to your square arms, your cactus arms here. Or you can clasp the hands underneath the back of the head if you're looking to open the chest. So work with an arm position that feels comfortable. Lifting the hip. So we begin to get that sense of opening in the belly as the knee drops down. Next time that you take both knees over to the right side, pause there. And with the right foot, lift it up and just take it to the outside the left knee and encourage that left knee down. So a little bit of weight here. That quality of opening down that left side. Breathing out, lengthening. And then center. And then separate the knees, take them over to the opposite side. If you're on the left side, the left foot comes to the outside of the right knee and just encourages that right knee down. Root into the right shoulder blade, right elbow. Hey, feel that lengthening, opening down the right side. And then come back into the center. Return the arms down beside you. And just pause. Take some time to settle and feel centered. Tune into the quality of the breath. You may find that the mind becomes a little bit more alert now, a little bit more focused. And with our bridge posture, we're working with taking the arms back overhead. And then we're bringing the knees in towards the chest and the head comes towards the knees at the end of the exhale. So work in a way that feels okay. Maybe at the end of the inhale, just pausing to lift and open the heart. So that when you come down, that long out breath, head, knees together. And the more that we're able to press into the feet, the more of that lift and opening we get, and the more quality of the backward bend we develop. And then coming down vertebra by vertebra, when you come down. So again, this receiving the in-breath, this energizing of this backward bend, the energy into the body. And then that long, releasing, grounding breath that enables the in-breath to be a little bit more strong. One more round in this way. And when you next bring the head and knees together, drop the head down. Maybe cross the lower legs and just hold the outsiders of the feet. Bring the feet towards you to keep all of that lovely energy in the body. The shoulders soft. Drop into the back body. So the front of the body is very soft. And then release the feet back into semi-supine. Again, return to tuning into the breath, quality of the breath. And then from here, we'll come up into our easy boat. So for some of you may be rocking up into it or rolling over onto your side. But making sure the sitting bones are firmly planted down and the shoulder blades move down the back body and the feet come up. So we're weaving the lower belly in to create that strength in the lower belly. So sitting bones down, shoulder blades down, arms are quite low here and the feet come up. And gradually, as we strengthen this part of the belly, which protects the lower back, we're able to raise the legs up. Just do what feels right, either soft or a little bit more strong. Stay with the breath. Strong belly. Soft gaze. And then when you come down, plant the feet down. Drop the arms over the legs. Just begin to wake up the upper back, open the upper back. And then come to a nice cross-leg position. So sit on a block if the knees come up, so that there's a little bit of height through the back body. Coming into a twist, so take the left hand onto the right knee, right hand behind, lengthen from the spine, and as you turn, taking the gaze over the shoulder, keep the back of the neck long. And again, dropping into that feeling of the body, softening into it. So the crown of the head is moving uppermost. And you're rooting down, shoulders soft. Okay. And with each out breath, maybe there's a little bit more movement into that twist. Take one more breath here. And then unfurling, coming back into the center and the other side. Press into the back hand to lengthen up through the spine. And it's a gradual process. Just as we receive the breath into the body and we're not grabbing at it. The same is with our asana practice. We just gradually, we're feeling into it, feeling what the body requires. The body is very intuitive if we feel it. Take one more breath here. And then unravel back into the center. And bring the soles of the feet together, so a gentle Baddha Konasana. A butterfly feet. And as you as the knees move up and down, just begin to allow the collarbones to move forward. So there's a sense of widening and opening in the collarbones. And then from here, bring that right foot inside the left leg for Janusharsasana. If you're protecting the knee, take the foot under. And slowly again, just rotate the upper body, turn to gaze over the shoulder. And then when you come back, to work into that lower back, we inhale, raise the arms up. And then it's that forward bend. It's that downward and out movement. Hey, and again, inhale to come up. And exhale. And again, inhale up. And exhale. One more round in this way. Inhale. There's a sense of softening as you breathe out. And this time when you bring the arms up, take them out to the side, release the right leg, shake the legs out. And the other side, bring the left foot inside the right leg, turn, press into the back hands, lengthen as you gaze over the shoulder, rooting down through the sitting bones. So that gradual process. And then when you unravel back to face the leg, draw the little toe towards you, inhale, raise the arms up, exhale, forward bend. And this downward, outward motion, releasing doubt and confusion. This invitation to release. One more round in this way. Looking over the toes, beyond the toes, so we're not dropping the head. This time when the arms come up, release them to the sides, release the legs, shake the legs out, and just into Paschimottanasana. So we inhale and we exhale forward, and just pause there. Again, notice any tightness or resistance, and take the breath into those areas. Little toes moving towards you. But there's a softening, there's no tightness. Let's take one more breath in. Hey. And then deep inhale, bring both arms up. Take the arms behind you, point the fingers away. And as you press into the hands, very gently point the toes away as you lift the hips and draw the shoulder blades in towards the spine. So we're strengthening the arms here. And then drop the hips down, swing the legs round, coming to Vajrasana, sitting back on the heels. Use a prop if you find that uncomfortable. Notice how that feels. Take the right hand down, lift the left arm up, gaze up to the left fingers. Feel that opening again in the side body. And then lower the hand, opposite hand comes up. Work into the neck and then returns. Place both hands on the thighs with the palms facing uppermost. Lift and open the collarbones. Crown of the head moving up. Close the eyes down. Return to the quality of the breath. And then from here, bring the hands forward. Send the knees nice and wide. Keep the big toes together and just come forward into your wide knee forward bend. Creep the fingers forward. Forehead comes down. Belly comes down. So the front of the body now dropping down into the mat, into the ground. Hey. And then into a twist. So just raise the head. Walk the hands a little way towards you. Take the right arm under the left arm so the right ear comes down, and creep the left fingers forward and lift the left elbow up. So the back of the right hand, press it into the ground, lift the left elbow, And just feel into the body. Feel what's happening with the shoulder blade. One more breath here. And then slowly bring that hand towards you, other side. Take the hand under. Bring the ear down. If you're working more strong, then you're walking the fingers to the crown of the head. The elbow lifts. The shoulder blades moving towards the spine, pressing into that underlying hand. Okay, breathing out. Any tightness, any resistance here. Let's take one more breath. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Okay. And then slowly lift the head. And again, just bring the hands forward. Drop the forehead down. Relax the hands, relax the arms. Very soft. Move the hands back towards you. Come up onto all fours. Bring the knees in. And we'll take some cat movements. So spread the fingers. Inhale to hollow. And exhale. And again, by pressing into the hands, we have that lovely opening in the back body. Cat, cow posture. Dropping into that feeling of how the body feels, how it responds. Let's take one more round in this way. And then from here, to open the shoulders a little bit further, come back onto your tabletop, so your neutral cat. And plant the hands down so that the palms are facing uppermost. So the backs of the hands are in contact with the ground. Gaze is slightly forward. Inhale. Exhale. Lower the chest and the chin down. The elbows come out to the side. And inhale, press into the hands to return. So we exhale down. Feel what's happening in the shoulder blades. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. And inhale. Release the hands. Take the hips back towards the heels. Come into long arm child pose. Tune into the quality of the breath as we pause. Come up onto all fours. A little bit of work on the lower body. Simply inhale and take the right knee out to the side and lower. Left side, inhale up and lower. Continue in this way, right side, keeping the right foot lifted and lower. One more round. And when you return to the center, pause here. And we're simply going to open up the back body. So we press into the hands, open up the back body. And if the eyes were open, they'd be gazing at the navel. And with that opening of the back body, we then begin that forward motion where we drop the belly down and the crown of the head moves up. So we press into the hands, round up the back body, hips go back to heels. So we inhale up the cat part of the posture, and then that like an undulation of the spine. Pressing into the hands, hips back to the heels. One more round in this way. And when you come back, hips to heels, take the weight off the hands, and take some resting breaths. And then from here, we're going to transition into downward dog. But we're going to come up with one knee soft and lengthen through the opposite leg. So come up onto your all fours, tuck the toes under, keep the right knee soft and lengthen through the left leg so the left heel drops down as the head comes between the arms. And then release, drop down onto the knees, hip to heels, long arm child. And then the other side, come up. Tuck the toes, keep the left knee soft, extend the right heel down. Drop back down onto your knees, hips to heels. One more round in this way. Feel the length through the left side as you bend the right leg. Release. Left knee soft, lengthen through the right leg, and this time extend the left heel down so that we work into our downward dog. And again, that in-breath, strength receiving. As you breathe out, the navel draws towards the spine. Hey. Ooh. Just hanging out in your downward dog. And then come into a squat. So bring the hands and the feet together. And bring the elbows inside the knees, palms together, gazes forward. Soft gaze. Keep rooting through the feet. Keep the breath in the belly. And then slowly drop the heels down to come up. And come up and stand. Just take some time to stand in Tadasana. Then notice any gripping, any tightness in the body. Allow the chin to be drawn down towards the chest. And have the feet just a little, some hip distance apart. Take the left hand onto the right shoulder and just massage the right shoulder. Any areas of tightness. Hey, keep breathing it out. So we release that tightness through the out breath. And then the other side. Hey. The side of the neck. Okay. And then release, separate the feet. And open up the side of the body, raise the arms up. Hold one wrist with the opposite hand. So if you're holding the left wrist, just slowly take the arms to the right. And if you're holding the right wrist, slowly take the arms to the left. Breathing out. Again, feel that quality of opening down the side body. And then center. And in the opposite way. Keep pressing into the feet to create a little bit more opening. And then when you come back to the center, interlace the fingers at the bottom of the back. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades in towards the spine as you raise the arms up. And exhale to release. Twice more in this way. Inhale up and exhale to release. Final time. Inhale and exhale to release. Place the hands on the hips and separate the feet. We're just going to work any tightness around the knees by bringing the heel towards the buttock and kind of like flicking through the foot. Keep the gaze at horizon level, so straight ahead. And as you flick the foot, see if you can flick through the thigh. Good. And then from here, front of the body, so hands on the hips once again. Bring the left knee across the body, up and down. And then the other side, root down through your standing foot. Gazes forward. One more time. Okay, then stand. Prepares us nicely for tree posture. So some people like to have their hand on something, a wall or a ledge. Some people like to, turn to one side, whichever feels most comfortable. And then from here, we're bringing the foot up into the leg. And we're raising the arms up when we feel steady and the gaze is forward. We might find that we hold one wrist with the opposite hand and just gently open up the side body. And the opposite side. When you come out of it with control. Take the weight from one foot to the other. Working on the other side, you can choose to either bring the foot up or you can choose just to have the foot on the opposite foot. Keep the gaze forward, the breath in the belly. Press the foot into the leg. And when you feel steady, raise the arms. And again, you might choose to just work with the wrist to open up the side of the body in tree. And when you come out with control. Step the feet down. Return to Tadasana. Close the eyes down. Stand. Tune into the breath. Drop into the feeling of the body. And then come to the front of your mats for our vinyasa. And bring the hands to the heart. Gently drop the chin towards the chest. Take some time to tune into the breath. And in your own time, and when you're ready, inhale. Raise the arms up. Emptying out. Inhale halfway. Out through the mouth. Inhale all the way up. And hands. Return to the heart. Allow the breath to lead the movement. Deep inhale. Empty out the mind as you empty out the breath. Press, root down into the feet to raise the arms. The mind, body, breath working as one. Take one more round in this way. And when you next bring the hands to the heart, pause there. Press the hands together again to open up the space at the back of the heart between the shoulder blades. And then we'll take that into a lunge with the left leg. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale halfway. Left leg back. Lower the hips. Raise the head. Right hand inside the right foot, so lining up both hands on the foot. Soften the elbows as you gaze forward. Work a little bit more deeply into that hip. And then bring the right hand to the outside of the right foot. That motion of the body, back leg floats up. Step the feet, soft knees, inhale up, all the way up. And let's return to the heart, to the Hridaya. Right side. Emptying out. And inhale. Strength receiving. Right leg back. Drop the hips. Left hand inside the left foot. Press into the hands and the foot as you gaze forward, elbows soft, encouraging the knee towards the ear. And then from here, left hand outside, left foot, little bit of motion, back foot floats up, step the feet, soft knees, inhale up, and exhale, hands to the heart. And drop the head towards the hands. Left side, inhale. Left leg back, looking forward. Drop the back knee down. Come into high kneeling warrior one with your cactus arms. So lift and open the chest. Drop the tailbone down. Soft, empty gaze, jaw relaxed. And then plant the hands down. Tuck the back toes under. Plant the back foot down. Turn the back foot out slightly, come up into warrior one. So the arms bring you up into warrior one. And then bring the hands to the heart. And bring the back foot to meet the front foot. Pause. Right side. Deep inhale. From the ground upwards. Exhale. Forward bend. Collarbones wide. Right leg back. Looking forward. Drop the back knee, release the toes, coming up. Cactus arms. Lift and open the chest. Tailbone points down. Weave the lower belly in. Hands return to frame the front foot. Turn the back toes under. back foot turns out slightly. Come up from the ground into warrior one. Strong back leg, root down into the back foot. And then turn to your open side. Bring that right hand down, turn to your right side. And prepare for warrior two. So left foot turns out, or however you choose to do it. Raise the arms up. Breathe, take the breath into the belly. Gaze at the nail of the middle finger. So again, this strength receiving on the inhalation. Warrior two. Lower the hands, square the feet, other side. Direct the knee towards the little toe to open up the thigh. The back of the head moves to the wall behind you, so the chin's not leading. Strength receiving. 5 in-breath. From here, release the hands, square the feet to the front again, turn them out slightly for horse posture. So the back of the body, the knees follow the feet, tailbone drops down, and we raise the arms up. Good. And then from here, bring the hands, keep the knees bent, bring the hands onto the thighs. Lengthen through the left arm and gaze over the right shoulder. Working into the leg. And then lengthen through the opposite arm, the opposite shoulder. Okay. And then back to the center. Straighten the legs, place the hands on the back of the body, on the hips. Turn the feet so that they face forward, and then take the hands down the back of the legs and come into a wide angled forward bend. Just pause here. And drop into that feeling of the body. Tune into the quality of the breath. Opening through the backs of the legs, the backs of the knees. The arms are relaxed, the shoulders relaxed. Okay. And then turn towards the front foot, so walk the hands around towards the front foot. Lift the back heel, swivel both feet forward as you lift the back heel into plank. Move into downward dog. Press into the hands. Coming into plank, and then slowly softening the elbows, coming onto the front body into Sphinx. Come up into your Sphinx posture. Have those 10 toenails facing the ground. Crown of the head moving up, collarbones nice and wide. So if the arms are quite close together, maybe just adjusting that. Feel the back of the body nice and strong. Feel the front surface of the body nice and soft. From the tailbone, we're going to turn to gaze over that right shoulder. So moving up from the tailbone, looking over the right shoulder, nice and slowly. Using the out breath to release. And in center. From the tailbone, that gradual process. Down in the center. And then when you're centered, press into the hands, into the forearms. Slowly bring the right heel towards the right buttock, drawing on the forearms and lower. Left heel towards the left buttock. Notice how it feels. And lower. Both heels in towards both buttocks. Flex the feet. Feel the length through the belly. And when you release, bring the hands towards you into child pose. And rest the whole of the body. And then slowly come up to sit for your pranayama practice. Make sure the nostrils are nice and clear. Have your blanket nearby if you're using a blanket. Socks on, anything you need. Sitting on your blocks if your knees are up high so that the knees can drop down and forward. And we're going to begin with Kapalabhati, where we've got that soft inhalation and that brisk exhalation. And we'll work with 3 rounds of 20 for those who are unfamiliar with it. At the end of each round of 20, we hold the breath in to counter that brisk outward motion. So nice upright spine. So 3 rounds of 20, pausing after each round of 20 to hold the breath in. So first round of 20. And a deep inhale, chin to chest, Mula Bandha if you choose to. Lock the breath in, again energizing and strengthening. And then when it feels right to do so, that slow out breath. Second round of 20. Feel the movement of the diaphragm, that piston type movement. Deep inhale. Final round of 20. And when you've released the out breath, pause. And then Nadi Shodhana, using a count of 5, 5. So closing the right nostril, inhale for 5, modifying if you need to the brow center. Close the left, exhale out through the right, a count of 5. Slow, steady breath. soothing and calming the nervous system, bringing balance to the mind. One more round in this way. And when you release your hand, lie down on your backs. And feel that the earth is moving up towards you to hold you as you rest effortlessly. Don't try to figure anything out. Just tune into the breath as it moves in and out of the body. Strength receiving as you breathe in. And that sense of release, decompression as you breathe out. And as you rest, notice the contact between your heels of your feet and the ground. Just notice where they touch the ground. Notice the contact, the backs of the legs, pelvis. Notice where the spine is in contact with the ground. Contact between the shoulder blades, backs of the arms, backs of the hands. And the weight of the head and that contact, the back of the skull. Whole of the back surface of the body held and supported. Bringing the tension down to the front surface of the feet, front of the shins, around the knees. thighs, and the hip bones. Everything resting and soft. Notice the breath as it moves in and out of the belly, and the softness in the belly. Notice the movement in the chest. Shoulders. The arms. Palms of the hands soft. Soften the face. Sides of the eyes. Sides of the mouth. Front surface of the body. Relaxed. And just resting here for a few moments more. A feeling of calmness and of peace. And then beginning to reawaken the physical body. Starting to breathe a little bit more deeply. And in your own time, open your eyes. Wriggle your fingers and your toes. And roll over onto one side. Take some breaths on one side. And slowly come up to sit. Namaste. Good.